Can I actually sell an AI website to a local business? That is the question I'll be answering. My most viewed video on this channel is about selling AI generated websites to local business owners. And now it's time to put my theory and skills to the test. So in this video, I'll be using Facebook ads, a funnel, and an AI website builder to see if I can actually sell a website to a local business in 10 days or if I'll fail miserably. And I'm going to show you every step that I take so you can follow along and copy everything I do. If this actually works, of course. So here's the plan. First, I'll be running Facebook ads where I'll advertise a free website for local business owners. And then when someone clicks on that ad, I will send them over to a prospective funnel. The funnel will tell them a little bit more about the offer and will also collect all of the information that I will need to build them a website. And then next, I'll use all that information that I just gathered from the funnel to build them a website with AI. And then lastly, I'll send them over their custom AI website they'll be able to check out, and I'll try to upsell them to a monthly hosting and management package. So this way, they're able to check out the website, play around with it, but in order to actually make it go live, they will have to pay me a monthly retainer. So now I've only got 10 days to execute this entire plan and get my first customer to pay me a monthly retainer. So I've got no time to waste. Let's jump into it. Okay, so for step one, I need to build a funnel. And in order to do that, I am going to be using Perspective.co. It's the best funnel builder that I have found. It's super easy to set up. But you might be asking, Nick, why are you using a funnel? Why not just send them to a website and collect their information? And you, my friend, are asking a very good question. Now, I could just send them to a landing page and ask for something like their email and a message and, how did you hear about us? What's your business? However, that is not as effective. You yourself have probably gone to web pages like this, and once you see this, you click off because it's like, hey, I don't want to give this person my information. And there's two main reasons that funnels are so effective. So the first one is what I like to call sunk cost fallacy. So sunk cost fallacy basically says when a person is reluctant to abandon a course of action because they've already invested heavily in it. So basically, once someone starts going down a funnel and they've already invested a bunch of time into answering all of the quiz questions, they're not going to want to just abandon it because they've already gone this far. They want to finish it. A good example of a funnel or a quiz you probably have come across yourself is those BuzzFeed funnels that used to be all over Facebook. They would say things like, which Friends character are you? Or which Disney character are you? You would start them and you'd want to see what happens at the end. You already invested all this time to answering questions, and now you want to see which character you actually are. And then the second reason that I like to use funnels is for qualifying leads. So if we just had a normal website like this, anybody, Joe Schmo, could go on there and submit their information. But that doesn't mean they're going to be a qualified lead. Now with a funnel, I'm able to ask questions about who they are and what their business does so that I'm able to see if they're a qualified lead and basically worth my time to actually create them a website. So if they're a qualified lead, yes, I will create a free website for them. If they're not a qualified lead, meaning let's say they have no money, they have no business, they just want a free website, no, I'm not going to invest the time into building them a free website. So now that we've got that out of the way, it is time to start building my funnel. And by the way, if you want to try out Perspective yourself, you can use the link in the description and that will get you 30 days free to try this out and start building funnels yourself. And on top of that, I will actually leave the link to the funnel that I will be creating in the show notes so that you can actually use it yourself. You don't have to start from scratch. You can use the exact funnel I'm going to be using in this video. Now, getting started here, Perspective is really easy to use. So it basically is like a drag and drop editor. If you've ever tried to build a website or used like any sort of software that lets you drag and drop and, write directly on here, this is super easy to use. So I have this one built out. I do need to go through and edit it. I'm going to get started on this and I will come back once it's all ready. Okay, so I just finished up the funnel and I'll quickly take you through it and then publish it so that we know that it works. So basically the first page they will land on here, and we're currently looking at it in what it will look like on mobile because that's where most people are when they click on a Facebook ad. But we can also see what it will look like on desktop if they do decide to click on it. So this is what it looks like on mobile. Basically they land on this page. It says, now I'll build your website. Let's just change this actually. I'll build your website completely free. Tell me a little bit about your business so I can design you a free website. get your fully custom website back in 24 hours and only pay if you want to launch it live. So I am telling them that they will have to pay if they want to launch it live, but basically I'm telling that the big offer here is the free website. I also have some social proof on here. Some of these are actually ones that I have made websites in the past, but you can just, you got to do what you got to do. Next, we'll go ahead, biz type. So I'm basically asking them what type of business they have, what their goal is. So get more customers, book more appointments. If they currently have a website or not, this is super helpful. Basically, if they already have something and it's bad, or if this is like the first website they have. Branding, ask if they have any specific logos or colors they want. I just asked if they actually have an established business. So this is big on actually qualifying the leads. So I'm asking like if they already have customers or if they're just getting started. This will tell me basically if they have any money. If they have 0 customers, it means they probably have no money. They're probably not looking to spend a lot on a website, and they're probably not going to be a qualified lead. So after this, lastly, we will ask for their information. So their name, business name, email, phone number, and what their business does. From here, once they click submit, this will submit them as a lead. Over here, we have metrics. So once I publish this, I'll be able to see all the contacts that come in. Let's go ahead and publish this. So publish now, and our funnel is live. So let's go ahead and preview this. This is what our funnel will look like when someone pulls it up. Boom, boom, boom. Once I click claim your free website, we can go through the funnel here. Now we can see our metrics. Now that it's live, we can see the funnel visits. So how many people are clicking on it, how many people are submitting leads, conversion rate, all of this good stuff. We can see the contacts. So once someone actually submits their name as a contact, let me go ahead and see if I can get this on my phone. Perfect. So this is the actual funnel live on my phone. I'm just going to quickly go through this. Perfect. So now we just went through the full funnel, and let's go ahead and refresh this and see if we got any contacts. There I am. So you can see that I was just submitted. Perfect. So it has all of this. So now we're all good. So I would take this information, build a website, and then send it off to them. So now it is time for the next step, and we need to actually build our Facebook ads so we can get people coming to this funnel.
Now let's talk Facebook ads. The issue that most people run into with Facebook ads is that they just tend to overcomplicate it. And I'm guilty of this myself. It feels like when you get started with Facebook ads, you need to figure out a video with a hook and a whole production, but I'm here to tell you that is not the case. Start stupid simple. And to do this, I like to use a method that I call the iPhone Notes app method, and it speaks for itself. Literally, you're just gonna pull up the iPhone Notes app, and this is going to be your ad right here. Well, after we actually write something on it. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna come up with a headline that's gonna be your hook, and then a body that has a call to action. So for example, I could write something like, want a free website, and then my body might say, yes, literally free, just click the link below, tell me what you want on your website, and I'll send it to you today. Boom. And just like that, we now have a Facebook ad. So all you have to do here is screenshot it, and then we're gonna upload that to Facebook. Now, what I like to do here is just go to ChatGPT. We're gonna input this. It's gonna give us 5 variations so that we have 5 different ads to start with, because we really wanna A/B test which one's gonna work great. We don't know, which hook is gonna work the best. So basically, I'm just gonna take this to ChatGPT, or you can even just add some variations yourself. So like one that actually works for me on a lot of ads is saying something like, wanna get a free website, something like that. Now we have another variation. So now we can screenshot this, and now we have an entire other ad. So I'm just going to make my 5 ads here, and then let's jump over to Facebook Ads Manager, where we can actually launch our Facebook ads and start getting leads. Hopefully.
All right, so I have an old Facebook ad account fired up here that I will be using for this experiment. And I also started a new Facebook page called Nick's Websites that I'll be running the Facebook ads under. So before we actually get started building out the ads here, the first thing that we need to do is connect our pixel so that when we run the ads, it'll basically send information back to Facebook telling it if it's successful or not, basically if it's getting leads or not. So we'll go over to Events Manager here, and then this is an old pixel that I have. I already have this
pixel set up. If you are starting a brand new ad account, you can just go to connect data here and you can do web, but I already have one set up. So I'm just going to copy this pixel and then we're going to jump back over to Perspective. And in Perspective, you can click on apps and then Meta, Facebook, and Instagram connect. And then we'll drop in our pixel right here. Perfect. So now it says Facebook and Instagram is connected. Sometimes it can take up to 30 minutes, but now we can actually send data back to Facebook. Now that we have that set up, we can return to our ads manager here where we can actually set up our first ad. So we're going to hit create here and we want to choose leads because we want leads for our new service. And I will set this as new website leads campaign. You can set this however you want. Buying type, we'll leave this in auction. Campaign objective is leads. And then here we can set it as ad set budget. So this is going to let us set the budget at the ad set level rather than the campaign level. So basically the easy way of thinking about this is you have a campaign. Under the campaign, you have ad sets. And then under each ad set, you have the actual creatives or the actual like ads. From here, you can declare any special ad category. We don't have to worry about that. So we'll click next. So here you can see that Facebook pages. So this is going to be running from my Facebook page. We don't want this set as instant forms. We want this as website. So basically we want to send people to a website instead of just a Facebook form because we're going to be sending them to our funnel. Maximize number of conversions. That's right. Conversion event. We're going to go with lead. And then we may have to set up conversions after this. So this looks all good. We will go ahead and do $20 a day because that's basically $200 over 10 days if we run it the full 10 days. I'm going to leave it at $20 a day. If I really wanted to speed this up, I could do something like 100, but I'm not balling like that. So we're going to keep that at 200. From here, we'll go ahead and click next. And here we can see the Facebook page that we're going to be running this ad on is Nick's website. Use Facebook page. And then now it's time to actually build the ad. So we will go ahead and say manual upload, single image, website URL. So this is where we're actually going to come back over to our funnel. We'll go to our link here, copy that. And then we're going to send everyone that clicks on our Facebook ad to our funnel. So from here, let's go ahead and say Nick's websites.com, even though that's not a real website. That's just going to be the display link so that it doesn't say like perspective funnel.co/68749. Just looks cleaner. So from here, let's click on image ad because we're just going to be using iPhone notes. From here, we will say media and let's go ahead and upload. So I have 7 that I ended up going with. Crop. So from here, this looks good. 9:16. Original looks better here. Next, here's the primary text. So we could say like, get your free website today. And then it's going to start giving us all sorts of like AI recommendations. And these are pretty helpful. So let's see, get your free site now, website for free today, your free website awaits. Now, all of this obviously takes like a lot of trial and error and trying out different variations, but you just want to get something on here so we can get started. And now we are all set. So let's go ahead and publish this and I will set up my payment. And there we go. Our ad is officially live. Well, almost. It's processing. Basically, it's probably going to take a couple hours. Meta is going to review it, see if there's anything inappropriate about it, and then it will go live. Now, from here, the easiest thing to do is just to select this and duplicate it so we don't have to go through the entire process of setting up the campaign and ad set and then creative. It is 7:56 on Thursday, October 23rd, and hopefully I'll wake up tomorrow on Friday and we will have all sorts of leads rolling in, wanting free websites and wanting to pay us to manage them. I will check back again in the morning. It is about 9 a.m. the next day, and I'm gonna give you a little update of what happened to our ads that launched last night. So far we have spent $8.47, which has generated 31 clicks. We have an 8.56% click-through rate, which is actually very high and I'm happy with. However, we are still sitting at 1 lead and it is me. So I'm hoping things pick up. At this rate, we're not going to meet our goal, but I'm still hopeful. We're still super early. We've only spent $8 and these Facebook ads are still trying to like figure themselves out and find the right audience. So let's hope we get our first lead here soon. Ladies and gentlemen, it is
6:22 on Friday. It is about 24 hours after we've launched our ads and we officially have our first lead. Let's go check it out. Okay, so I just got this email from Perspective and I can see that the lead came in from Facebook ads. I probably need to blur out all of the contact information here, but this is exciting. Now, I'm actually surprised with like how high quality of a lead this is. So they say that they are a tax firm and they already have a website, but they're looking for a revamped website. And a tax firm to me sounds like they have money. So this is extremely qualified in my books. I'm heading out for dinner here soon. So after that, I will make this website. I'll show you exactly how I'm going to build the website, how I'm going to send it over to them, how I'm going to try to upsell them into my managed service. I'll take you through it all. Let's do it. It is 8 a.m. the next morning, Saturday morning. And unfortunately, I got busy last night and didn't have a chance to make the website, which I do not recommend. The best chance to contact a lead in any type of business is as soon as the lead submits their information. It's the best time to get in contact with them. Now, because it was a Friday night and they're probably not gonna make a decision or get super excited about buying a website on a Friday night, I think in this specific scenario, it's okay that I send it over on a Saturday morning, but I also have some other good news that happened last night. After I recorded that first video, a few hours later, we actually got our second lead. And then right after that, we got our third one. Check this out. We now have 3 contacts. So it is time to get busy. Let's talk websites. Now, there's a million different tools and honestly ways that you can build websites these days. And all of the new AI vibe coding platforms like Replit and Bolt are great options. But there's 2 big problems that I see with them. And number 1 is that they all look vibe coded. They all have the same sort of designs that you can instantly tell this was built by an AI coder. And that brings me to the second point, which is making changes to these websites. Since most of these tools aren't as easy as just drag and drop changes, you have to actually ask the coding agent to make the fixes for you. And sometimes it randomly decides it's going to change the things that you didn't ask it to. Now, don't get me wrong, I love vibe coding platforms and I think they're awesome. But when it comes to making local business websites that look really good and have good design and are honestly easy, the easiest, most reliable, and cheapest tool that I have found is Hostinger. And my friends over at Hostinger actually set me up with a page. So if you go to hostinger.com/Nick Conley, and I'll put it in the description, they're actually running a Black Friday sale right now where they're offering 76% off their growth and AI plan.
But hold that thought, because this is Nick from the future, here to let you know that Hostinger is actually running an even crazier deal for Black Friday. So now you can get the same growth and AI plan for $2.75 per month. And again, this includes up to 50 websites. So let's go ahead and choose this plan. And from here, we can select 48 months because this gives us literally 4 years for 50 websites. So that brings it to $132. And again, with the code Nick Conley, you'll get an additional 10% off. So that brings it to $118 for 4 years. So all you have to do is basically sell one website, and after about 2 months, you already paid for this plan in full. And don't forget, this also includes a free domain, so your first website is on the house with Hostinger. So from here, you'll go ahead and click continue, and then you'll just have to create an account. Now I will let Nick from the past take it from here.
Awesome. So now that we're in your Hostinger H panel, we are all set to get started on building our websites. So from this screen, you're going to toggle over to the websites. From here, you can click on add website and you'll see all the different options of how you want to build your website. So first you have Hostinger Horizons. This is similar to other vibe coding tools to where you can build full-on websites and web applications. You also have WordPress. So if you are familiar with WordPress or you understand WordPress, you can access WordPress directly through here, which is great because something like half the internet runs on WordPress. So it's sort of like the tried and true option. You also have my favorite, which is the Hostinger website builder. So this is an AI powered drag and drop builder. It's super easy to use and it looks like a beautiful website. So that's what I'm going to get started with today. So we'll click on that. And from here, we're just going to tell it a little bit about the website we want to build. Now, if you remember, our first lead is a tax service. Now, I don't want to use their exact name here because I don't want you guys to know exactly who the client is here. But for the sake of this, I'm going to make up information, but I'm going to still keep it a tax firm. So let's just say Terry's
tax firm. And then here, let's just say something like, we are a tax firm in Louisiana. We help people with their taxes. We've been around for just a year now. Let's create website. And as you can see, that took about 30 seconds. And this thing looks way better than like a vibe coded website, in my opinion. Like even up to the animations when you're scrolling, all the different fonts, the different pictures here. I mean, it even like looks like this is a, a form 1120. So this is like tax preparation. Even the stock images that it uses is pretty good. So from here, we can choose our color palettes. I believe the client on this one said they had no ideas for how they wanted the style. They basically said, I want to leave it up to you. The original one with this blue, I actually kind of like this one the most. So we'll go ahead and choose that one, click continue. And then from here, this is our playground. This is where we can go through and edit anything we want. So the awesome thing is it already has like the about page set up. It has the services set up. It has the contact form set up. This is all set up for us. Now we can go to elements. If we want to add more text, we can just drag it and drop it in here and we can put it wherever. I love these little building blocks so that you can make sure that it like is in place like this. So it's not just like in the middle. Now, obviously we don't actually need this. You can also look at your SEO score here, which is awesome. So like not only can you provide them a good looking website, you can also make sure that it's fully SEO optimized. So it tells you all the things that you need to improve. So like Terry's tax firm, Louisiana tax experts, you can add the keywords that you want to focus on. So like tax firm, Louisiana taxes, tax assistance. Let's say like we want to take this one out and we want to say like taxes near me. And now it will help with making sure that we can hopefully rank for taxes near me when someone searches that in Louisiana. We can also use the AI assistant to generate new SEO info. I'm going to skip on that for right now. And then we can also look at the AI tools right here. So like if we wanted to, start a blog on this, right? We could have an AI blog generator, AI image generator, AI page generator. So like it just makes it super easy having AI built in here. I'll go through this with the information that the lead actually gave me so that I can maybe use some like actual pictures of them or obviously their actual name of their website. And then I'll add like a logo here. I go to the about section, maybe like write a little bit about what they submitted on their lead form, talk about the services they offer. But other than that, the next step here, once it's all designed how you want it, what I like to do is just click go live. Awesome. And now our website is literally live on the internet. So it gave us this temporary domain. So now we can see our website is live on this very ugly domain, but this is a domain that we can send over to the client so they can actually look at the website, they can play around with it, they can click on it, they can see that it's real. So this is exciting. That is pretty much it. We're good to actually send this over to the client now. All right, I just finished up the 3 websites and I sent them out. And one thing I realized while I was designing them is that something that can go a long way is designing a logo, especially if they don't have one already. So basically what I did is I just jump into Canva, design something super simple, and then you can put it at the top of their website so that it actually looks like something that they would want. The goal is to make them feel like they can actually envision what it would look like if it was actually their website and they were using it for their business. I also wanted to show you the actual emails that I sent to these leads. So for this one, you can see I said, hi, Lakeisha, I just finished up your website. You can view it here. And I actually went ahead and bought nixwebsites.com so that I could host it on that. So it kind of looks more legit. I said, the website is live on the internet and fully functional. Please keep in mind that this is the first draft and I can customize it with all your actual information and pictures on the next edit. For next steps, are you available for a quick call to discuss how we can launch this on your own domain? And then I sent her a text message with basically the same thing saying, hey, I just sent over your website. Please let me know if you can't access it. And are you available for a quick call so we can discuss next steps? All right, it's a couple hours after I sent those first 3 websites and we just got another lead. And this one is for a house cleaning service, which I feel like is a great business to build a website for. So I'm gonna get this one spun up, get it over to them, and I'll keep you guys updated. It is Sunday afternoon, and so far we've gotten no new leads since yesterday. So we're still sitting at 4 leads total. However, Today, we did get a response from one of the first websites we sent over. So it was the lead that has a cleaning business. And the first email they sent me back was, I seen a basic website. So that kind of feels like a dunk. Kind of just got bodied on that. But the second email right after, 3 minutes after, they emailed me and said, I need help with getting my domain. You can reach me at, and gave me their number. So she gave me her number. I'm gonna go ahead and give her a call and see if I can try to upsell and sell our first website. Let's see how this goes. Hi, is this?
This call was amazing. It felt like a breeze. She basically had no objections. She loved the website I sent over, and she wanted a few changes, but the $49 a month was no problem, and she was ready to buy as soon as I updated the website and sent her over the payment link. So I was so confident. I was like, hey, I'm going to shut down Facebook ads after this because I have this thing in the bag. We are good to go.
Looking forward to it. Take care. Bye-bye. Let's go. Done. And there it is. All right. Looks like I got some work to do. What's the saying? I'm not going to count my chickens until they're hatched. I'm not going to count this as a win until I actually see that $49 a month coming in and I've actually received the money, but this is a good sign. It's time to give a little update on what has happened with the website client since I last talked to her. We've been going back and forth on text and basically decided on the domain that she wants, as well as the logo and a few other details. But there's still a few different things that we need to discuss. She asked me to give her a call today, and that's what I'm gonna do. No answer? So see if she gives me a call back here. So it's been an hour since I last called the client and she didn't pick up last time. So I'm gonna give her a call and see if she picks up this time.
Say your name.
Nothing. All right, well, hopefully she gets back to me. I don't know. 9 a.m. Wednesday morning, which means I'm 6 days into the challenge and I still have not sold a website. I'm getting a little nervous. The one that I thought we had in the bag and was a done deal sort of blew me off yesterday. She responded to a couple of my text messages saying that she was busy, but she would not give me a straight answer on when I could call her back. On top of that, yesterday I decided to turn the ads back on. I probably never should have turned them off in the first place, but yesterday, after I started to get a little nervous, I turned them back on, and since then, we actually got 2 leads last night. So I am going to get on this. I'm gonna get the website made. I'm gonna send it over, and I'm gonna see if we can get this one going. It is now day 7, and I have sold exactly 0 websites. I've got 3 days left, and it's not super clear that any of the leads that I currently have are gonna buy by then. Just keep on driving. If there's one lesson, do not take your foot off the gas. I will not be taking my foot off the gas until I have that money in my account.
All right, so I'm at the gym right now, and all of a sudden, in between sets, I check my phone and there's a new lead. It is a logging and tree service, and he actually submitted the lead twice. So I think this guy is hungry for a website. So I've got no time to waste. I've only got 3 days left. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this guy a call right now in the car, and hopefully we can get this one.
Oh.
All right, bye-bye. Well, it wasn't the worst thing. After the gym, I'm gonna go back in the gym. I'm going to go home. I'm gonna build this website, send it over to him, and see if we can get something going. I'm running out of time, so let's get to it.
It is officially day 8 and I have sold 0 websites. I'm kind of freaking out right now. I don't know if I'm going to complete this challenge. So last night, the tree trimming business that I was talking to earlier in the day, I built them the website. I sent it over. I even sent it to his wife and they loved it. However, he told me he has no money. I'm like, crap. What do we do right now? So he told me he's going to try to get access to $50 in the next couple of days. And I said, can we get it done by Friday? So I'm hoping he'll come back and say, hey, I got the money. Let's go ahead and do it. And that would solve all of my problems.
But I can't wait on that. As we've seen with our previous leads, nothing's done until it's done. So I'm not gonna sit on my butt and just wait for something to happen. I'm gonna call all of the leads that I have got and that haven't responded to me. Let's make some calls.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Voicemail.
Stay on the line and one of our representatives.
Call ended. To the next one.
You agree.
And I went ahead and built that and sent it over. Just wanted to make sure that you were, oh, she's calling back. Hello. Okay, perfect. I will send that over as soon as I have it ready to go. And that's why you call people. Okay, I'm not gonna put much equity in that, but there's a chance here. There's a chance. Hey, Ian, how's it going? And then from there, it typically goes in at, okay, so yeah, I guess the card number, whenever you're ready. Let's go.
It is officially official. We are 8 days in with 2 left, and I officially sold my first website for $49 a month. It's time to turn off the Facebook ads and wrap this challenge up because we have officially accomplished our goal of selling 1 website. Now, we still have a couple other leads out there that are supposed to be getting back to me. So we'll actually see what happens because we technically still have 2 days left in the challenge. So maybe we'll actually end up selling more than 1 website. So we'll have to see what happens there, and I'll keep you guys updated. And the thing that I find crazy about this is that the website that I ended up selling was to the first lead that I got. And what I didn't do is I didn't pick up the phone and try to talk to her. All it took is this morning to give her a call, show her the website, make sure she got it, and build that honestly as close as a human connection you can have over the phone. And a couple hours later, we sold the first website. The lady that just bought the website from me is an absolute sweetheart. I have a surprise for her, so make sure you watch to the end to see what it is. All right, let's talk numbers. So starting out with our revenue, we made $49. And that $49 is per month. So this is recurring every month for at least the next year. So that's our revenue. That's the total amount we made. Now let's talk about our expenses. So the first one here is our prospective funnel. So this is what we actually ran the ads to. And this is actually $0 because we used a 30-day free trial, which you can also get access to in the link in the description. Thanks to Perspective for partnering on this video. And if you want to try out the funnels, you can get access to it for also $0 in the description for 30 days. Next up, we had our Hostinger website builder. And this came in at $2.96 per month. So the total cost was actually around $146, but that is for 4 years, so 48 months, which comes out to just about $2.96 per month. And if you want access to the same deal, use the link in the description. Thank you to Hostinger again for partnering on this video. You can also get access to the same price using code Nick Conley for an additional 10% off their Black Friday sale right now. That link is also in the description. Now, next up, we had our Facebook ads, which came in at $165 total for 9 leads. Now, so far, we've only closed 1 of those leads. You know, we could always close more, but this came out to just about $18 per lead. If it's actually $18 per lead and you're closing all of those leads, then it is profitable. But since we only closed 1 of those 9, we're hitting at like a 15% close rate. This 165 goes all into this one that we sold. Now we still have another 8 leads and we'll see how those end up over time. Lastly, we have our domain, which costs $11.50. And this is for a full year, so we will have to pay the same fee again in a year to renew this, but this $11.50 covers us for the entire year. Now let's look at the total expenses came out to $179.46. And that leaves our profit at a grand total of negative $130.46. So
We didn't make money this month, and that is okay because this works out over time because we have them on a subscription for $49 a month. So while we may not be profitable the first month, we will over time. So I'm gonna flip it around and show you what that actually looks like over time. Let's move a little closer here. As you can see, on month one, we came in at a negative $130. Now, over the next month, we're going to make a profit of $46 because it's essentially $49 is our revenue minus the $2.96 for our website hosting. So that brings us to $46 in profit and a total profit of negative $84. Now, as you can see, if we keep doing this math, in month 4, we are finally going to break a total profit of $8. And then from there on, we're going to continue to profit $46 a month. So by month 5, we will have made $54, $100, and so on. I also want to say this is only counting closing one site, right? So if we had 2 sites, we'd be making $98 every month, and these calculations would be a lot different because all of our other costs would essentially stay the same. So as you build up more MRR, your costs stay the same, and you're able to build better profit.
So there you have it. That is the total amount we made from this challenge. And if you're going to do this yourself, I want to leave you with 3 tips and learnings that I learned from this challenge myself. Number 1, always get on the phone with them as soon as possible. As soon as that lead comes in, you should be calling them, talking to them, figuring out what their deal is and what type of website they're looking for. That is when they're most excited, when they're most responsive. The more time in between when they submit that form and you get in contact with them, the less excited they're going to be, and they're probably going to forget that they ever filled out that Facebook form in the first place. Number 2, the little things matter. So when you send over a website, you want to make sure that you have the little things like the social preview. When you send the actual link, you want to make sure the favicon is set correctly. And there's all these little things that when they see the website, they want to envision it as their actual website. So make sure it's their correct email, their correct phone number, put an about page that you make up, and try to use their logo if they have one. The little things actually really matter. And my last thing here is that people actually don't understand websites as much as you think they do. So to you and I, websites might seem really simple, but after talking to many business owners that are not as technically savvy, you'll learn people still don't understand websites. So I had to explain the difference between a domain and website probably 5 different times because people don't understand that a domain and a website are different. So just know, you probably know way more about websites than the average person than you'd ever imagine. And so that's the opportunity right there. You don't have to have some complicated business plan or crazy technical skills. You can get started doing exactly what I just did today. So that's it. Appreciate you watching, and let's leave it off with this next clip.
Hey, Ann, do you have a quick second? Hey, I just wanted to say, I really like the business you're doing. I wanted to send you a surprise. I was curious if you have Venmo or Cash App. Okay, perfect. You know what your name on it is? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna send you something here in a second. I hope it helps out. I know times are tough, and hearing about your husband not working. So I hope this helps out with the business, and I'm excited I could make the website for you. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.